So what is going on, guys? The crypto markets right now are seeing a little bit of green after pretty much pumping and then dumping and returning all the gains that we saw at the beginning of last week, pretty much at the end of the week on Friday and the weekend. And now starting off the week, guys, the markets weren't looking too hot. Futures and predictions around the markets. And right now, guys, the crypto markets aren't doing too good either. Altcoins are pumping. A lot of them are dumping, though, quite significantly right now, with the exception of a few coins, of course. But right now, guys, why is everything dumping? Why is everything crashing? Is crypto done? At the end of the day, guys, there's multiple different things that pertain to why the markets are, moving the way that they are. And the crypto markets are correlated to bigger things like the US markets and a lot of other different things that are going on with tariffs and a lot of uncertainty. And as a result, crypto assets, and mainly risky assets, are feeling the heat from this, pretty much based off of all this economic uncertainty that is currently going on. My phone just slid to the side because I have this on a Joby stand. But anyways, guys, right now this is where you pretty much need to sit on your hands and just look at the assets that you believe in and start dollar cost averaging. I know a lot of people have already been telling you this, but right now with everything that's going on, there's a lot of uncertainty in the macro lens, and as a result, a lot of people are capitulating and selling their bags, even when they see pumps and then they see everything deviate back down, and then they start to feel like, what, this is it, we're not actually here yet, and everything's going to keep on crashing down, which deviations could potentially still be happening. I talked about it in my last video, talking about exactly the price action that we're currently seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum, predictions on the market, and exactly the sentiment that you need to be aware of. And right now, guys, keeping up with the price action on Bitcoin and Ethereum is really going to let us know exactly where altcoins are going to be heading. And if you're new to the channel, go check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, keeping you guys updated with the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, altcoins, the sentiment in the markets, and exactly what you need to be doing so that you can make some decent gains. And right now, guys, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market, and as a result, people are, having ups and downs. They get really, bullish one day, and then the next day they feel like everything is just done. And as a result, these are the people that are consistently capitulating their bags, and you need to make sure that you are not one of these people. So how do you do this? Well, the markets just opened up at the beginning of the week, guys, which is what we saw last week, and the market started to pump up a little bit. But when we closed out the week, everything crashed very, very hard. And this is where you need to keep up with how the markets are looking, moving past Monday into Tuesday, Wednesday, and exactly how we close out the week and the price action that we're seeing. As a result, guys, like how I said, altcoins are dumping. I gave you guys a broad perspective in yesterday's video with a chart from CryptoCon talking about exactly where we're at with the sentiment around the markets and the price action around Bitcoin. And we're pretty much still on track, guys. I've given you guys multiple different charts showing you that we're pretty much in a state of capitulation that we've seen in multiple different cycles. So this is where you just got to be aware with how previous cycles have played out, key assets and indicators to keep up with, like the price action on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then Bitcoin dominance and USDT dominance as well, to understand where liquidity is shifting. And then on top of that, keeping up with the sentiment from influencers and traders and exactly what everything and everybody is saying. Right now, guys, is what separates the strong people from the weak people. I have just been sitting on my bag. A lot of people are, raising hell, saying this and saying that, but at the end of the day, we have an understanding of how liquidity moves, and it's not going to happen overnight, and you need to be aware of this. The more you understand this and the more you focus on strong projects, the better off you are going to be. But that is better off said than done from a lot of people, just because a lot of people have mixed sentiment in the markets around specific projects and exactly where we're going to be going. Like I said, there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, and as a result, risk assets are taking the heat, as well as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a few other big assets. So this is where you need to lock in, keep up with the price action around these assets, understand what altcoins you want to be jumping into, and understand exactly when liquidity more than likely is going to be happening. Everything is forecasted to be happening in April. I thought it was going to be happening at the end of March, moving into April, but I was wrong on that. I will be completely honest with you. A lot of people other than me will say, I said this was going to happen, but based off of this happened. No, I'm going to be real with you. I thought altcoins more than likely were going to already start happening, since we're going to start seeing liquidity injections already start beginning in April, but I think it's going to be happening at the end of April, moving into these later months, moving into Q2, guys. This is whenever, you know, a lot of people are forecasting that we're going to have some crazy price action, but this is where you need to be keeping up with all the key indicators and everything that's going on, because sentiment changes on a day-to-day basis, guys. Well, if you're new to the channel, go to check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events. Not like the rest of these crypto YouTubers or influencers. I try to show you guys exactly what is going on, how to navigate all of the fluff and actual true information, and then how you can position yourself around it. The more information you obtain, the more you understand how liquidity shifts and how previous cycles have played out, the more confident you're gonna get. And if you can start looking into key projects, guys, that are actually gonna produce something of value, you can actually make some crazy gains. So go check out the rest of my content, drop me a comment, like, subscribe, let me know where you guys are on your journey. I'm gonna drop a full update on pretty much the price action around Bitcoin and Ethereum tomorrow, as well as indicators and news events that are gonna be happening this week. So stay tuned and do not capitulate your bags. Hopefully I catch you guys tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see you then. Peace.